Neither of them saw me. Not him, sitting down, taking his rest by the well. Not her, thankfully, coming to draw her daily water. No, she didn't see me either. I was hidden behind this tree. Best place for me. What with him being a Jew, I didn't want to get scorned. And as for that woman, well, to be quite frank, I don't mix with her type. Sorry, but I do have some standards. No, so I remained hidden. I thought he'll be on his way in a bit. The whole thing happened about midday, I suppose. Normally I go to the well first thing in the morning and then again in the evening. All us girls used to do that. It's a bit of a social gathering. We exchange news, have a bit of gossip. Nothing too vicious, you understand. And then we'd all be on our way. Well, that morning had been a bit of a nightmare. My husband had had a heavy night on the old grog. And he'd woken up like a bear with a sore head. On top of that, the kids were all larking about, not eating their breakfast, not getting packed ready for school. So what with all that, I didn't have the time or the energy to go to the well. So by the time I'd got them all out of the house and got myself sorted, it was near enough 11:30. As I approached the well, who should I see? None other than this Jewish fella, Jesus. Word on the grapevine has it that he's a bit of a one, what with his teaching and his miracle working. Some folk are bowled over by him. Others are not so sure. Personally, I don't have an opinion. All I need to know is that I'm a Samaritan woman and he's a Jewish man, so best leave him well alone. So I hid behind this tree. I thought, he'll be on his way in a minute and then I can get on. But no, he just sat there. After about 10 minutes, who should turn up? Rope and bucket in hand. None other than that woman. Well, I've no idea what her name is. All us girls call her the harlot. Might seem a bit harsh, but we have it on very good authority from Betty, who is the font of all knowledge, that she's been married on numerous occasions. She always used to come and draw water with the rest of us. But to be honest, the girls used to give her a lot of verbal abuse. So I figured she just decided to miss the busy times. Anyway, there she was, coming up to the well, and bold as brass, not a care in the world. And there was this Jesus, sitting there, plain for all to see. Anyway, she just ignores him and starts drawing her water. But he suddenly turns round and asks her for a drink. Well, you should have seen the look on her face. A Jewish man lowering himself to speak to a Samaritan woman. It's quite simply unheard of. Anyway, she gets over a shock and gives him a drink. But then he starts talking to her about giving her living water. Well, I don't know anything about living water. Things living in it, maybe. But he carries on and he says this living water is going to be a perpetual spring inside you, watering you forever with eternal life. Well, he lost me after that because I've never been the sharpest tool in the box. But she was hanging on his every word. And I was thinking, I don't see how he's going to fetch this special water, because he doesn't even have a bucket. One of his miraculous tricks, I've no doubt. Anyway, she was desperate for this everlasting water. And who wouldn't be if it saved you traipsing up here day in, day out? Anyway, then it got really interesting. Jesus asks her to fetch her husband. Well, that knocked her back a bit, I can tell you. Served her right. And she claimed that she wasn't married. Ha! No, he says, you've had 5 husbands and you're not married to the one you're with now. 5 husbands? I thought, 5? Wait till I tell Betty, she'll have a seizure. Well, I thought fireworks would fly. But he didn't lay into her. A mild rebuke, maybe. No. He said that the Messiah would come, and when he did, he'd explain everything. Then he said, I am the Messiah, the promised Messiah. Just then, a bunch of his friends turned up, no doubt wondering what he was doing, chit-chatting with the Samaritan woman. And the harlot, she dashed off back to the village, leaving her rope and bucket behind in the rush. She said, come and see this man, this prophet who knows everything about me. And I stayed hidden. I was thinking, if that harlot's good enough for him, then I must be too. More than good enough, because I'm an upright and moral woman. But in the end, I didn't approach him. Well, he was chatting with all his friends. No, I just decided to go home. And after all that, I didn't get my water. No water at all.